me decided to be visible today because I figured, well, some of my fans have not seen me in a while and I have new subscribers and viewers. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault Excel. Uh, as I stated before pertaining to this debate that's in Kingsport, the lady has to be buried. So you can bicker back and forth about who's scamming who's doing whatever to get money. But in the end, Allie has to be buried. That's just the bottom line. As I said, she cannot stay in the hospital forever. That's common sense. We know what's going on in New York. That's old news. That's been old news. That's going to remain the same. The grifting, the grime, the I'm on the hustle, I'm on the take, whatever. You deal with it if you want to deal with it. You want to donate to that, cesspool, that's your business. But in the end, as I said before, the lady has to be buried. So you can say, well, this person's scamming, this person's doing this. As I said before, you can't tell people what to do about a sick person, a dying person. And one point that was made that I noticed this young lady by the name of Amber stated on a certain network, those people, children, sister, mother, whomever, they are the ones who are in charge of deciding to pull the plug on a human being, okay? No matter what you think of them. So that's why you always have to think before rushing to a judgment about what somebody should and shouldn't do. I can say what you should and shouldn't do, but I'm not them. And as I've told you on this network, I've already been down that road of somebody having to be pulled off a plug. Well, I iterate. My sister obviously couldn't move on from my mother lying there in a state of gone away, flesh there, but she's gone. And she held her out, I know, over a month or so. So it happens. Even when the doctor has told you she is dying, she has stage 4 cancer, breast cancer. It has spread to her other organs. That doesn't mean the person listening is dissecting what has been told to them. Do you understand? So see, we don't know what those doctors are saying to these children, the family members. I want to try to have a little bit of empathy only because you're talking about life and death. And how you would deal with it is not how somebody else would deal with it, okay? So imagine that's your mother, sister, brother, whomever. You are looking at them in the flesh, the whole body, wanting them to wake up, wanting them to be alive, talking, laughing, but they cannot, and you cannot digest what they're saying. Or it could be, I don't know. Some might say, well, they're just holding her out to get money. Well, I don't want to think like that. It could be. I'm not here to say either way. Because the one thing I don't want to do is start, arguing back and forth about a person that's half dead on their way out. As somebody said, it could be a miracle. She could wake up. But that's the whole point. We don't know the circumstances. You're only getting tidbits of information. Where I've had the problem with this entire situation is coming out, going back and forth with a dodo bird in New York about this and that, a son and father arguing, accusations, people saying who's involved, who ain't involved, who's on first, who's on second. In the end, there's a whole body in there in a hospital bed needing someone to make a decision. So somebody needs to make a decision at some point. I can't tell those people, pull the plug, do this. It's their choice, okay? Her friend Amber, you're defending yourself to somebody calling you a scammer, this and that. So long as you know who you are, that's on you. I've learned trying to defend yourself to people is a waste of time. It just is. Because they're going to think whatever they want to think. Maybe you are an honest person. Maybe you stepped in to help speak on behalf of these people. Maybe you are the one who thought, okay, we'll put this GoFundMe up to try to get money to bury the lady, okay? And then you see that backfired. It backfired only because of the grifting out of New York, you all going on the live panel talking about that mess in New York, and that got the ball rolling for people to be judgmental, to say, well, don't give them nothing. Don't be bothered with them. Don't listen to what they're saying. But that's the whole point. I can't tell people, how to grieve. I can't tell somebody, well, you should have put the GoFundMe up at first. Well, if I think there's a chance that the person could survive, no matter what the doctors told me now. So let's just role play. If I'm not in a place where I can say, well, okay, my mom's dying. I need to accept this. We need to collectively decide to pull her off the plug. If you're not in that place, you're not in that place. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I said it's easy to judge. I don't know who's trying to scam what. Frankly, $2,500 is really not a lot of money. It just ain't. That's why I said in the beginning, when they were talking about the lady's state, all they had to say was, she is not in good health. It is declining. The doctors have said this and this. We have not got to the point where we are ready to pull the plug. But when we do, we will need assistance to bury her. She does not have any life insurance. She does not have any adequate savings. So we would kindly like a donation in the future, whether it's tomorrow, 2 weeks from now, a month, whatever. Thank you. But they didn't do that. So with all that hee-haw going on with the father and the son, back and forth, you didn't know what to think, okay? Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, I don't know the state of this lady, what her situation is. But I frankly wouldn't want to be a child or a mother or a sister in this predicament of trying to decide what to do. So I'm going to talk to the people who are related directly to Allie. Maybe one of you all should have spoken up about the state of Allie and needing assistance in the beginning. Because everybody's getting sidetracked with all this extra fluff about babies and pregnancies. Really, that doesn't have anything to do with Allie. She's not even aware, allegedly. So she doesn't have any idea what the hell's going on out here in La La Land. And that's what all this is fluff. Once again, the catalyst, little girl missing. Little girl missing has led to all of this nonsense that you're seeing. This is why I try not to indulge in talking about it. But I am going to bring you the content because you're going to ask me about it. You're going to say something about it in the comments. You're going to say, well, did you hear this? Even when you know I don't really care to go down into the belly of the beast, because I'm not trying to bicker with heathens about nothing. I'm not going to sit up here on a live stream and bust a blood vessel about a GoFundMe page, who wants money in a cash app. I got bills to pay, okay? I got stuff to do. I don't have time for all that. I watched a live stream last night. I thought I got crumb. This lady was going on. Do you hear me? Queen was like, they can't talk about Queen. This a white version of her, is it? Is it or isn't it? You got to check yourself sometimes. You got to tell yourself, is this worth me hooping and hollering on a live stream? Because this is in real time that you're listening to me speak. Okay, just like any creator that goes live. You're hearing this in real time. And the only way you can take it back is either you apologize or you delete the video. So who and hollering about a GoFundMe? I ain't never getting ready to rock like that. I'm not going to argue with you about nothing like that. I might say something every blue moon about a comment or something I thought might have been offensive or something that I didn't like. Okay, but I'm not getting ready to do all that cussing and hollering about no GoFundMe. For what? In the end, the lady does have to be buried. So it don't matter if Jesus himself came down from the clouds and handed them a $2,500 check. She has to be buried. So you entitled to your opinion. If you want to argue about who is scamming whom, honey, knock yourself out. I personally wouldn't be arguing with them folks about nothing because I don't believe in doing that type of nonsense. Anybody knows how Queen rocks. I'll give you a chance to speak if I have the StreamYard up. I'll let you come up and speak. But if I see anything nefarious about you during your conversation or afterwards, you will not come back up I will not engage with you. I'm not getting ready to message you, talk to you, because I don't play those type of games. As I tell people, I am the realest on the block. I speak on what I'm talking about. I stand on what I talk about. I'm not getting ready to do all that fluff. And then when you start doing that back and forth, the stuff I keep watching in the little clips of people videos, hey, everybody runs their network, show whatever they want to show of other people talking and arguing. That's your business. But at some point, it gets redundant. And you can call me judgmental. I don't care. What's the catch-all, end-all? And we foolishly go in and watch the clips to see what the people are saying. And then, as I said, you have to question yourself, like, why am I watching this nonsense? Because in the end, it started with a little kid missing, still missing. Now it's all the way over here on 15th Street about a lady in a hospital bed allegedly not making it. Got to take a sip. AB.
He told me.
We're going to listen to some content so nobody can ask me who said what, where did it come from. I'm playing AB's network because I talked to him through the strings, of course. He's going to give his commentary on the grift coming out of New York pertaining to Pussyfoot, and you can dissect it how you see fit. So now we on $5 footlong cash apps. $5 footlong. I need some money. Ask me a question, put it in a cash app. So now he claims he'll filter the questions through his son. So I thought you blocked him the other day, baby. I thought you blocked your son. Your son went on the live stream talking bad about you, that he didn't have no knowledge of being recorded, this and that. Now you telling the people in the chat, well, if you got something you want to ask me, send me a $5 cash app. And I filter the questions through Hunter. I thought you and Hunter weren't speaking. So this going to lead people to say, well, yeah, Hunter's up to no good. They in cahoots together. You think he can ready to give his son some of that $5 cash app? Are you all crazy? Come on now. Come on now. Welcome, everybody. Let's get down to business. This is some rank mess here, honey.
In that sense. So this particular clip, my review at the time was about Andrew Hiltz was up there asking his live chat to super chat him $5 per question. There's 2 different levels of questions you can ask him about Hunter, boy age, the last person to see Summer Wells, a missing child who still remains missing out of Rogersville, Tennessee, under very suspicious circumstances to this day. And Andrew's up here milking it for all it's worth, charging you $5 per question, $1 per question, and he's going to filter those questions through to his son Hunter on the phone. So isn't that this kind of a bit of a deja vu moment? Or maybe to you it's a reminder, maybe you're there for the first time. Whatever it is, thank you for joining me today. And this is going to be a bit of an edit. I'm just going to press record and go, and then piece it together after the fact. Thank you very much for joining. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you like this content, share it out to your friends. And
I did.
Andrew age is obvious, so pull that in as well.
I can't call that favor. I just wonder if you make it sound like those people are that bad. They are. And maybe they went to hang out with Hunter at a swim hole that day. The only one that would know is Hunter.
Here we go. So it starts like
Kung Fu, stop it.
You said Hunter was at...
Yeah, $6. Right.
So this is just a little sidetrack. This is the beginning of the review with when Sweet Tea Don B and Andrew met up on Prayer Garden of America's panel, and Andrew ended up asking him out on a date.
They bought park in Kingsport. Yes, right.
Oh, this is such a serious conversation.
Yes, I'm having a wonderful day. Thank you. Yes, Rock 54.
Just how your stupid black bread to stop trying to add me. Just how your stupid black bread to stop trying.
Well, I ain't bothering you. Hey, don't listen. Call it what you want.
But maybe everybody's had
Jesus ain't taking this wheel, baby.
That one doesn't sound very
Jesus said, don't call me.
However, we won't label her as a staunch racist quit yet. We'll just say she's having a bad day.
Abby, just all your stupid black friends and stop trying to Abby.
Yep.
Careful. Jonathan, you gotta cut that.
This video is intended for educational purposes only.
It's not educational.
Moderators, please, if you watch
It's
this,
ridiculous.
allow that monetization.
No disrespect, AB. This might be educational to somebody new to YouTube. I'm gonna stop there with the cussing, but because I'm the only queen that's gonna cuss. Let's go back so you can read here. Those falling into the chat who have not heard the latest, the grimy drifter needs money. He doesn't have any shame about asking you for money. I personally, I need money too. Okay, I got bills too. YouTube don't pay all those bills. So let me enlighten some people. Do you understand? But it's a hustle within a hustle, and that's what people don't seem to understand about this box that you're looking at. YouTube is the proprietor. No matter what you speak about, no matter what you talk about, he, her, them, whoever owns it, they are the sole proprietor of all of this nonsense, okay? Whether you're watching a news clip of a legitimate news source, a YouTuber, whatever, they are the sole proprietor. They are the head honcho of this nonsense. You entitled to engage or disengage. What is sad to me is the obvious. Sick lady, possibly deceased. I don't know. I'm not here to make any claims pertaining to Allison Harris's state of physical being. I'm not going to do that because, as I told you, I don't have that kind of time. That's one thing I don't do with regular people out here. These are supposed to be regular people. Well, the other regular people out here that I see and deal with, they know about Queen. They know I'm not getting ready to argue with you, keep going back and forth about the same old thing. It just gets to a point where you just tell yourself, I don't believe this. I'm not even about to bring it up because, well, what is the point? That's how I feel about all this nonsense pertaining to Summer Wells, pertaining to H, the state of his mother, that mess in New York. That's not even worth a breath. Do you understand what I'm saying? Breath. The lady has to be buried, bottom line. You entitled to believe H is in on this mess with his father, but let me tell you this. You don't see H's cash app up there on the screen with Mr. Grimy Butt. You should know damn well H is not getting that money. You'd have to be crazy to think he's getting ready to split $5. Say it again, Queen. He is not about to split $5 with his son. Now, why he's worried about other networks sending money back and all of this, well, the same network you complaining about offered to buy you a ticket, a bus ticket here. You didn't want that because you wanted the money. Nobody was about to give you no $700, $800, $300. Because let me tell you something, pussyfoot. The people I know of, had they gave you $300, $400, $700, $800 cash, and you didn't make it to Tennessee, I'm going to leave that right there. Baby, wifey would never have to worry about you doing anything else at her house. Sweeping the wall, cleaning the kitchen. Ting, ting, ting. I'll let that sit right there. Have you heard from Andrew? No. He went to the store to get cigarettes and he ain't came home. I ain't one to gossip. You ain't heard it from me. Look here, little boy. You play a lot of dangerous games on this cell phone. You gonna get yourself hurt. Let me tell you something. Because you take a lot for granted, sir, playing on this little jukebox. There's some fools that will give you $5 cash app. But that's a fool that thinks like you and they navigate like you. as I told you, this your hustle. Okay, we see you. Like we say in the street, we see you. Okay, but nobody cares. That's why I tell you, you all are giving him what he wants. Just like me talking about him and the next person and the next person. Haven't you all figured out this is what they want? This is their ultimate desire, to be talked about in a live stream as a donkey's ass. This is enjoyment for them. These are people who have done nothing with their life. They have no goals. They cannot enjoy regular life. They cannot go outside and smell the flowers. They have no goals to do anything. Even if you want YouTube to be a business for you, that's okay, because some people, this is their business. They make enough money from YouTube to where they don't have to work, they don't have to do anything. That's not the problem. It's your content is the problem. And I tell myself, I don't want to be a part of this nonsense, but I'm bringing you this information because not this is this comical, it's sad. It is really sad because it's all off a little girl, and it is off of another person now who can't speak for herself because she's ill or has passed on. So it is just ridiculous. Oh, we have to put Boy H in there as well because it went from Summer Wells to Boy H. So the grift started off of Summer Wells. My son, oh, he was there, blah, blah, blah. Let me go talk to, let me talk to the masses. Kept talking. Now we have this new issue with Allie. So let me spin off of that. It's all about my son. It's never about your son. She don't care about your son. As you heard AB say, you don't even take care of your son. You don't pay child support. You don't do anything. So what is the point? Scamming is not the same, is it? What are you saying, Lolo? So, thank you, Beverly. Beverly, my alter ego. We've got to bring her out one day. Beverly hasn't been out in a while. Well, she peeks out every blue moon. Anyway, you're entitled to believe what you want about Boy H. Being involved with the father, trying to, scam money or whatever. It's up to you. I have decided I'm not getting ready to rack my brain trying to figure any of these characters out. What is the point? Before I replay, eyes water allergies. Doing the right thing, helping people. What I did today. Yeah, I'm gonna toot my own horn because I want to give you an example of paying it forward, not getting anything in return because it's the right thing to do. I'm trying to get ready for this live. God knows it takes me forever. This is why I don't show myself, because it takes long, all this primping and, getting the coffee ready and all this type of nonsense. There was a knock at the door. I hear the guys outside right now. Xfinity's here working on, I guess, cable, Wi-Fi. Mine's up. Everything's working because naturally I've got Wi-Fi on for the YouTube. But anyway, somebody's knocking at the door. I go to the door to see who it is, and it's my neighbor. She speaks no English, okay? We don't know what the other one is saying. We sometimes communicate through the phone. So she had a bucket. Not a bucket, but a big pan. So I knew what happened. No water. Pipes froze. So she comes down the stairs. We go into my kitchen, and I'm pointing towards the pipes because I've got my cabinet doors open. Well, because we have a mangy landlord, the landlord didn't send any notices to say, hey, make sure you let your faucet drip, open your cabinet so heat can get into the pipes so the pipes don't freeze. She has smaller children, 2 children. So naturally she's gonna need water. I let her fill that up. Water's free, no big deal. She took the water on. That's what you do. You pay it forward because you don't ever know what shape you're going to be in. See, I'm 52, so I knew what to do. I knew to let the faucets drip because the temperatures were down last night, 1 degrees, East Tennessee. 1. It was 1. So yeah, the pipes are gonna freeze. But Queen knew. Queen done lived, okay? She's younger than Queen. I don't know how old she is. She didn't know to let the faucets drip. She didn't know open your cabinets so the pipes can get some heat so they don't freeze. So I'm showing her everything while she's waiting for the water, to build up. And she's saying, oh, okay. I said, you have to let it drip and keep your cabinets open. Yeah, that's cold. 1 degrees, yes. And up north and east, it's probably minus that, probably minus 15 or something. But long story short, you have to pay it forward at some point. Everybody's not the same. We all can be selfish. Let me make that clear. We all can be selfish. We all need something. We all need money. We all need something. But it's a way of doing it, okay? Now, I'm not about to go over there and ask her for $5 tomorrow or $10 on Saturday. See where I'm going? I'm not. What you have in New York is just a grimy grifter, grimy MF. He doesn't care about himself, and that's obvious. Like I said, everybody has hustled somebody at some point in life. As a young guy once said that to me. He said, Miss Angie, everybody has manipulated somebody. And he's right, of course. We have batted our lashes to get a car, a TV, money on a rent, money on a light bill, money on a gas bill, but it's a way of doing it. He doesn't care. He just comes right out. Hey, I need $5. Hey, I need $20. Hey, send me the money cash out. I don't want no ticket. I don't want no bus ticket, plane ticket. Just send it in the cash out. Hell no. Not getting ready to send you no damn money, no cash out. Beware of the messenger. Beware of the message. What you do with your money, as far as this jukebox, it is on you. PayPal, PenPal, Cash Out. You like the network, you want to donate. You don't want to donate, it's your business. But in the end, no matter what you think of that $5 footlong grifter, Boy H, Allie will have to be buried. That's the point. So arguing with somebody about who they are, who they're not, what is the point? The girl was going back and forth in the chat with this lady about who she is. I'm not a scammer. I'm not a scammer. You can believe that Amber is a scammer if you want to. I'm not getting ready to argue about nothing like that. You know why? Because of what I just said. The lady has to be buried. Don't you get it? So no matter who pays the bill, listen carefully. It's still going to cost somebody money to bury the lady. I don't care if you call a church, you call the butcher, you call Biden, you call Trump, you call the state governor. Are you people not paying attention? The girl got to be buried. That's that. So sitting here arguing on and on about who's scamming who, that lady don't know what the hell is going on out here. And that's what's so jacked up. She's sitting here, don't know nothing. She doesn't know anything about what's going on in the hospital room, what's going on out here in Wi-Fi land. She don't know nothing. And if she could hear a little bit of it, she'd probably be like, oh my God, is this really happening? This is disgusting. Disgusting. If the son has been attempting to scam you, that's disgusting. If the son hasn't done right with the little money he's gotten, because like I said, he's going to need money, although he's old enough to be trying to work a job, but he's still a kid, he's still a minor. But if he's been nefarious in any way, misleading in any way, lied, that's on him. He has to carry that burden, okay? This is what I talk about all the time in my lives, not to be preachy, but just common sense. You lead by example. If nobody is teaching you right from wrong, nobody is trying to instill some values in you, you will just be living off the land. Now, some of you may say, well, I would have was trying to rear him. I'm not going that far to say that because I wasn't in the house when she was raising her children. I'm not going to say what she was doing with her kids. We know what New York wasn't doing. That's obvious. That's not even nothing to even talk about. We know he ain't done nothing. He don't care about nothing. He making up all these stupid posts, trying to get people to feel sorry for him. We already know, baby, you just a bum. You don't care about nothing. And what's going to be sad is if your child walk in the same footsteps. But that's the whole point about H. He will be an adult soon. What he chooses to do, that's on him. As for Amber, I don't know what's going on. I'm not here to call you a scammer. I'm not going to go that far and call her no scammer. She might be actually a genuine person, but it's how it looks because of New York, stuff H has said, whatever you all decided you didn't think was right or not truthful. So then this lady comes in after the fact, put up a GoFundMe, then she took it down. I said to myself, why take it down? If you need money to bury her, you truthfully need money, then get the money. You get your $2,500, shut the GoFundMe down, and just pay for the services. Because in the end, we're not in Kingsport. We don't know what troubles those people have. We don't really know what's going on. What did I tell you last night? You don't know what's going on with the house itself. Don't you know they got to move that lady's stuff out her house? See, people don't think. You're too quick to jump the gun on gossip. And you're going from network to network trying to see who got the latest scoop, but you're not using common sense. Don't you know somebody got to move her furniture? Their responsibility. But you can't straddle the fence because that's how you get lost in translation. Are they scammers? Are they not scammers? Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to try to decide. In the end, the lady has to be buried. Now, if they left a GoFundMe up and that bad boy was like 10,000, 12,000, and it started getting on up there, then I'd be a little suspicious. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, okay, well, they said they only need 2,500. Okay, it's still up. They now at 15,000, 20,000. Then you could say, okay, maybe there's something going on. But then the flip side, somebody would say, well, are they trying to pay hospital bills? Or are they trying to get stuff moved, put in storage? You can weigh it how you want. I'm not over there. I don't know what those people got going on. I just stick to common sense. She has to be buried. And maybe they didn't know how to talk. Maybe they didn't have the right person speaking about what was going on with Allie. Maybe they did want to try to get as much money they could, and they just didn't want to reveal everything about her. So you all, got in your feelings and felt like, okay, well, they're being deceptive. I don't really know what to do. And I get it. It is a dangerous thing giving people cash money. We already know that. Everybody knows that. But long story short, she has to be buried. So whether it comes from YouTube chat members, YouTubers wanting to give money, strangers in the community, any relatives of Miss Allie, friends, associates, whomever, it's still somebody's money. So what don't you understand about that? If somebody from Kingsport right now, such as the funeral home, says, we are going to buy the casket, hold the services here, that's money. That's their business. The system, so medical is paying. Okay, Anna, just calm down, honey, calm down. I'm speaking hypothetical, everybody. I'm not saying what is and what is not. So don't y'all get hyped up about what they own and not own. You don't know what she's on. How would you know if she has insurance or not? You assuming that. I can only assume she has Medicare or Medicaid, whatever, because she's still on a ventilator. But I don't know the rules of the hospital. I don't know how long the hospital will say, well, the bills are amassing. You all are going to have to make a decision about pulling her because she doesn't have coverage, let's say. I can't speak on that because I don't know the hospital. I don't know what she has and doesn't have. I don't know the guidelines from the hospital. The hospital could say, well, she don't have any insurance. We've got a cutoff date of how long we can leave her on this ventilator because it's costing us money to be, running this machine, and she hasn't made a payment. So I am not about to speak on that. And I'm not going to argue with nobody about no medical insurance. I'm speaking hypothetical. The doctor has possibly gave a rendering. It's up to the family to decide if they want to listen to the rendering or not. Queen doesn't know anything about that. Queen doesn't know the criteria of how the hospital does their business with people on ventilators. I do not know if she has medical insurance or not. That is the whole point of this story, if you're listening. Everything you're getting is coming from these people. So you're entitled to believe whatever you want about the story. I'm not here to be arguing about medical insurance, savings accounts, because I don't know. I don't know. And a lot of you are being judgmental about what is and what isn't. I'm going to say it for the last time. She has to be married. So whoever gives money, it's still money. Someone called her PERT funeral home, and it's paid and ready there when they need it. I mean, no, that's fine. See, the reason why I have to make sure I say hypothetical, that's when nobody say you said this, is because just like your comment right now, you're repeating what somebody said, okay? The only way I would know that funeral arrangements are paid, I'd have to know, one, the place where she's being sent to, okay? I'd have to talk to the person directly to say, hi, it's Allie Harris. Are you holding services for her? And then the person could say yes or no, or that's personal. We're not telling you that. Do you see what I'm saying? So how would I know that somebody is paid for services? I wouldn't know that. And in the end, everything that you're hearing, you're getting somebody in the chat telling, or they're calling a YouTuber telling a YouTuber that. That's not enough for me to make no damn judgment. You know how many times I've listened to comments in the chat about something and everybody runs with it, and then you find out it's not true. Kind of like days ago when we thought she was dead, but she wasn't. So no disrespect to people out here. I don't ever put my stamp on anything unless I verify it. Angela. We heard the phone call. Okay. The doctor has to say when medically no hope, the family must make a decision. That's my point. So Amber was trying to explain that to that lady, that this is a hard decision for these people. So you all are saying in your head, well, pull the plug. But maybe they weren't in a place to pull the plug. I don't know. Because that's the whole point. I'm not them. I don't know what they got going on over there. All I'm saying is she has to be buried. That's all I'm saying. You can argue all day about who's scamming who, who's in cahoots with who, but the end result is that the lady has to be buried. So whether you believe somebody's already paid for the services, somebody offered to pay for the services, until you see the obituary in the Kingsport News, then you will know she is deceased. That's My take on it. Yes, Lisa. That's the point I'm trying to make with everybody. You get so caught up in the he said, she said, that you forget that the people are still, you're hoping, they are, struggling with this lady's situation. So when you start hearing all this, he said, she said, you really don't know, okay, do they care for the lady? They don't care for the lady? Is somebody trying to scam people to get money to bury the lady? When you start hearing different versions of stories, then the people start turning on each other on live streams. Then you start getting nervous and worrying that, they're all in it together. They're all trying to do this, this, and this. But I put all that to the side to say, no matter what I think the people are doing or not doing, the lady still has to be buried. That's it. Well, that's okay, Way Street. I'm quick to sometimes get excited or offended by a comment, thinking like, damn, don't they understand English? Or what's the problem? I have to understand everybody thinks differently. Some people might think, well, you're being naive, Queen. No, I'm not being naive. I know that arguing about these people, what's the point? You think they're going to stop doing whatever they're doing? Let's just say everybody is trying to scheme. If you want to say everybody's a scammer. Me talking about it, me giving my opinion, they don't care. If that's how you feel, they don't care. Haven't you seen what's going on YouTube? Everybody getting, Holyfield. Holyfield Tyson. Y'all about to throw down about some damn country folks. and that thing in New York. For what? It makes no sense. Yes, life experience. Exactly. I've lived this already. Okay? I've been down this road with a sister, her and my brother going back and forth about the mother and money and all that type of stuff. So I've lived all of this. Do you understand? Taking your time to get to the funeral home to dress the dang lady. My mama, just ridiculousness. But this is what happened when people pass away. You learn people's true colors when people get sick and when people pass away. You will learn who is in it just for the money, what they can get out the house. That's why I was telling you all in the live stream yesterday. I said, well, where are her belongings? She had to have a house, apartment, or whatever. Where are those things? Who's going to move her things out? So I could see them needing money as far as the belongings. If the children don't have anywhere to stay to put the belongings, she had decent things, don't you think they'd want to take some things out of the house, such as furniture, dishes, whatever she had? It has to go somewhere. So let's say she had decent things in her house. Then that means somebody got to take it out, got to carry it out. You think they're going to be moving heavy furniture by a car? Possibly not. That requires a truck, a U-Haul. So perhaps they may want to put her things in storage. Okay, so when you put things in storage, you have to pay a due bill. So did that ever occur to anybody in the viewing audience? She has things that may require going into storage. Naturally, you will need money to store those things. Now, I don't expect people to just pay the storage bill, but let's just say you want to make enough money to try to pay the storage bill for a couple of months until you can put the things in your own place, let's say. Yes, Lady Lolo, that's my point. is that these are the things that they should be focused on, the family. Making a decision about Allie, finding the funds to bury her, give her a nice service, and then whatever they're going to do with her belongings. So everybody's in YouTube land arguing over all this so crazy nonsense. It's a real situation. It's a real person. No matter what we think of Allie, thought of Allie, Boy H, all of that, that's still their mother. They still love their mother, I'm assuming. And whether you think it's a scam, this is a scam, in the end, that's a human being that everybody's getting all riled up over. A human being that is not aware of what the hell is going on out here. And it's a sad situation. But this is a learning lesson for people who have never seen this type of behavior and shenanigans go on, because the average people wouldn't be doing this on YouTube because they just wouldn't. But because this boy was with a woman who claims her child went missing, this is why we're on this subject. And frankly, if you go in the YouTube queue right now, that's all you're seeing in YouTube are people still dissecting what happened June 15th and this nonsense here in Kingsport, and then that thing up there in New York that wants to grift off of a little girl and use his son as a prop as well. So either way, no matter what you think of H, he's still being used even by his father. Who goes on a live stream talking about $5 cash apps? Okay, we jump on that subject. You're hideous. You're hideous. And like I said, you keep grifting up there, sir, you're going to end up like Allie. Oh, mark my words. You're going to be an Allie. Okay? And then you will probably never see it. There'll be people running to Facebook, YouTube with cash apps. Facebook, hey, can you help me out? I need to bury my husband. We need money for this. The light bill due. I'm distraught. I can't pay my rent. Did you hear that? $5 foot long. You gonna be Allie. And somebody gonna be grifting off of you. We can't pay the rent. I'm having a heart attack. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. And let's see who go help. Your wife. Who gonna be buying Cheetos and Doritos and Mountain Dew while y'all grieve over pussyfoot? See, the hustle is real, homeboy. You may have some gullible guppies out here that want to follow in behind you. I don't care about none of that. That's their choice because they have a like mind, okay? They have a like mind. But you're going to be Allie. You mark my words. You're going to be that rotten corpse one day. Can you hear me? You going to be that rotten corpse you call that lady. Because that was foul. You slept with her. You made a baby with her. Now here come Beverly. Angela left the room. You going to be that rotten corpse one day. And somebody going to grift off of you. Somebody going to make a YouTube channel. Can you help me out? We need to bury him. We need $5 for some potato chips and some soda pops. My kids hungry. Light bill due, gas due, water due. Oh, can't pay my car note. I'm so distraught. I can't go to work. Oh. Did you hear that, sir? So all the nasty things you said about Boy H, Allie, we don't know the truth. Don't nobody care nothing about that. Don't nobody care nothing about none of that, huh? You gonna end up being an Allie. You gonna end up getting grifted, honey. They gonna grift off of you too. Believe that. You already sinking sand already. You don't look good. You don't sound good. And you gonna end up just like her. And you got a son who I know you're not really getting along with. I don't care if they play to the masses or not, because I don't really care about what's going on between H and you. I ain't about to touch that. We will see if he decides he want to grift off of you. Because really, who gonna help H if he decides to get on a live stream and say, hey, my daddy's sick. I need to go to New York. That probably won't happen. Because he already knows the game. I can't go to them folks asking them for no money to go see that dirty son of a something. Ain't nobody getting ready to give me no money to go to New York after we done hoop and hollered on YouTube. You're on a slippery slope, homeboy. So you keep putting up your cash out. You keep asking your fans and gullible guppies for money to talk about Hunter. Whatever. That's your business. Sinking sand. You don't have nothing to do. This is your livelihood. Grifting off a little girl. Grifting off your son. Grifting off of Allie. This is all you got. And that's what you telling the world, and you don't even realize that. You telling the world you ain't hitting on shit. I ain't nobody. I ain't got nothing going on. I'm a bottomless pit. I'm good to have this wife up in here with me. Hell wrong with her. That's a whole other subject. You telling the world you ain't hitting on nothing. You see that background back there? I try to make it just as cohesive as I can because I'm live streaming. I want to make it look presentable. Come from China. Don't matter what I paid for it. Still came from China. No disrespect to the Chinese. Point I'm trying to make is you don't even know how to play the part. See, Queen can teach you some game, baby. Now, I'm tooting my own horn, and I shouldn't be, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Your game ain't tight. Okay. Your game ain't tight. You see, you want to grift? Set the scene. Hello. You're not listening to Beverly. Set the scene, boo-boo. You're going to grift properly. Exactly. Set the scene. You don't have sense to even have a nice background. Paint that wall paneling. Shut up, Queen. The little cash apps you asking for, baby, go to Home Depot, Lowe's, get you a can of paint, and paint that wood paneling, okay? I think a nice ecru would be a good choice. What about you? Put you a little tree in the corner. The latest, they're called fig trees. They'll run you about $70 a pop. You get you a nice one from Old Time Pottery or Hobby Lobby. to the Koreans and get you a nice hairpiece. Or wig or lace front, take your pick. Get your grill fixed. Hang up a pretty picture. Then go live. I love it too. Make the grift real. Just make it real. He ain't learned that. Let's listen to AB one more time. Then I'm going to check out of here and come back a little later.
To the show, friends, I'm going back through some of the videos that YouTube didn't like. As it didn't give me monetization, and I'm going to see if I can go through and check out why in this particular series. It's Andrew Hiltz, who has recently been called out for scamming. And he says, no, passes the buck on to Hunter and starts going into these abusive rants, we'll call it in that sense. So this particular clip, my review at the time was about Andrew Hiltz was up there asking his live chat to super chat him $5 per question. There's 2 different levels of questions you can ask him about Hunter Boyage, the last person
You all are
to
so
see
funny.
Summer Wells, a missing child who still remains missing out of Rogersville, Tennessee, under very suspicious circumstances to this day. And Andrew's up here milking it for all it's worth, charging you $5 per question, $1 per question, and he's going to filter those questions through to his son Hunter on the phone.
Oh, you know what?
It's kind of a deja vu moment. Or maybe to you it's a reminder, maybe they're the first time. Whatever it is, thank you for joining me today. And this is going to be a bit of an edit. I'm just going to press record and go, and then piece it together after the fact. Thank you very much for joining. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you like this content, share it out to your friends. And let's begin. Just give me a second, Andrew. Age is obvious, so pull that in as well.
I can't call that favor. Okay. I just wonder if you make it sound like those people are that bad. They are. And maybe they went to hang out with Hunter at a swim hole that day. The only one that would know is Hunter.
Here we go. So it starts a bit like this.
You said Hunter was at.
So this is just a little sidetrack. This is the beginning of the review with when Sweet Tea Don B and Andrew met up on Prayer Garden of America's panel, and Andrew ended up asking him out on a date.
They ballpark in Kingsport. Yes, right.
I 3 bags of chips. You all are crazy.
Oh, this is such a serious conversation. You fucking involved with me on Facebook.
Stop trying to add me. Just how you stupid black Reggie. Stop trying to add me. Just how you stupid black Reggie. Stop trying to.
Lord have mercy.
Andrew's old lady sounds like a bit of, what do they like to call them? The R word. I don't know about that, but maybe everybody's had their bad moments.
CPS has been called on.
That one
What he
doesn't
says.
sound very appealing. However, we won't label her as a staunch racist quite yet. We'll just say she's having a bad day.
Add me. Just how you stupid black Reggie. Stop trying to add me.
Yep.
Careful. Johnson, you gotta cut that.
This video is intended for educational purposes only. YouTube moderators, please, if you're watching this, allow that monetization to go through. You're watching this for laughs.
And call you a racist.
I don't give a blank fuck what that dumb bitch does. How about that? Oh, I see you get murder requests from black men. No, thank you. Stop murder requesting.
Sad.
Actually, surprisingly enough, this is Constant Sue has something to say.
Not gonna be able to do long on this because I'm running off my phone right now.
Try it again.
Don't get work from getting until next week.
Yeah, drive ahead. Mention. You know that will.
Tired of it, yeah.
Hold on.
Or my son, which will be, since everybody wanted to bring up my visit, you can go, but rules are rules.
And the rule is you gotta pay $5.
Rules are rules.
Not gonna be able to do long on this because I'm running off my phone right now. So.
Right.
She was just parroting everything everybody else was doing and trying to learn how to make videos at the time, as you can tell. And she still hasn't learned all that well. But she has gained weight. I'll give her that.
Questions about Case or Hunter, it's $5 to the cash app. I'm not doing this no more. I'm tired of hearing about it.
You tried what, Beverly?
My life. That's how I look at it. I'm gonna start charging people to ask questions because it's getting
Monotonous, and he's just gonna start looking at it that way because he needs money. Again.
So that's how that goes. And I'm not trying to be an asshole to everybody.
Not trying to be an asshole, just trying to show
Shell is a
somebody.
mute point, honey.
Right, so this isn't anything new. Everybody at home remembers. You could almost put it month by month. It's always something with Andrew over there. He's always in need of raising money for something, right? And it's always on the backs of Summer Wells because it's his association, being the absent father of Hunter, who was last seen with Summer Wells allegedly on June 15th, 2021.
Yeah.
We have at this point recognized that no matter what, Hunter, even still to this day, is still a minor. He's under 18, he's 17, getting close, but getting close doesn't matter. It only matters in horseshoes, hand grenades, and Don Wells sex crimes.
Oh, okay.
That to me is an asshole.
I would like to ask.
Yeah, Grace.
Okay, well, you know the rules I see you. Anything about the case or about Hunter is $5 to the cash app.
Fucking hell.
That was our rules from now on. You guys may not like it, you may not approve of it, but I'm so tired of people asking me about my son and everything, so.
He's getting tired
Hold on.
of answering questions or getting asked questions because he never really quite answers anything, does he?
True.
This has become tiresome. You guys are going to have to start donating, please, as a courtesy to me, Andrew Hiltz, before you ask me anything in regards to my boy, Hunter Delaney, to whom I owe child support, to which no end.
Try to call the 1-800 number, sweetheart, for New York.
Yeah, everything's always refunded if it's not.
New York State number, DHS number.
Hold on, I just found my title. Everything. That's like a guarantee of sorts. Can you effing believe that? I don't want to forget that because that's a good title. Because that is exactly today, June 15th or January 15th, 2024. What he is doing at this point. Hey, I didn't scam anybody, I sent all the money back. But clearly you see an attempt to exploit the situation at hand and on the back
See you later, sweetheart.
of
Thank you.
these children.
You're welcome.
Which I'm highly suspicious Summer was trafficked by her parents. Many others do as well. It could.
I want to stop right there. AB is the content holder of that information. I'm going to say a few words and I'm going to check out of here as I'm an hour in. No words. This is why you can't listen to that stuff over there. Because if you know you're an emotional creature and you go into the belly of the beast, that's what you're going to get, okay? So that's why I can't indulge in that. That's why you didn't ever see me keep talking about him. Once I saw what he was about early on, there's no need of me making content about him every day. I just couldn't do it. And even now, I don't really care to keep talking about these people because it's away from the kid who's missing. But this is what happens when other people are introduced into a story. And this happens a lot in true crime. You start off talking about a missing person or a murder or an assault, and before you know it, the subject is now about the other people in the storyline. This person, that person, their sister, their cousin. And then you forget all about what you were talking about. And that's what's happening here. We've gone from, the little girl missing Boy H being a witness allegedly, father jumping on, fast forward 2 years later, 2.5 years later, now it's all about the sick mother of Boy H, and this is where you are. Just absolute nonsense. Let me say this to him. Grimy grifter. You started this mess, okay? You came to YouTube 2.5 years ago off the back of a little girl that you really didn't know nothing about. You had a chance meeting with her mother, father, whatever. That popped off. You carried your tail back to New York. Once Chris Madonna did the interview, then here comes my opportunity to be seen and noticed. For what? You ain't done nothing. He just told us days ago you never paid child support. So what is the point of it all? Because you're that lonely and miserable inside. You don't have anything to offer life. This is your life, to just sit up in front of a computer screen and a phone to talk about absolutely nothing and asking people for $5 and $20 and whatever. What is the damn point? And stupid people sitting up here helping you. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Grace. What is the point? You didn't have a point 2.5 years ago. You don't have a point now. And anybody helping you to grind off H and this little girl, they sick. If H is in cahoots, that's on him. I'm not here to argue none of that. I don't have that kind of time. Because haven't you all figured out you're never going to know the truth about nothing? There's just certain things you will never know the truth until a person admits his or her part. Checkmate. These are empty vessels. This so-called man, male, woman, whatever he is, transgender, I don't care. He ain't got nothing. He has nothing to offer himself. So this is the best he can do, is grift off of YouTube, Facebook, whoever the hell he can, GoFundMe, it don't matter. He's lifeless. You started this. You jumped on a bandwagon of a little boy who was 15 years old because he just so happened to be with this dodo bird ass Candace, and now you just gonna ride that donkey ass ride till you can't ride it no more. That's on you, brother. But don't tell nobody, quit asking me questions. You the one going live. You going live. But you mad because they asking you questions on some shit that you started. You came to this, the lie tube, to grift off a little girl and grift off your son. Now his mama's sick. You're talking about her like a damn dog. And you're still asking people for money. So if you all want to give him money, hey, that's on you. But he don't have no business telling folks, well, I don't want to talk about him no more. Pay me to talk about him. I'll filter the questions through my son. Yeah, the same son that you ain't supposed to be talking to. The same son that you blocked the other day on social media. Oh, so y'all reconnected. Y'all made up. See, this is what I'm talking about. The ignorance of it all. This man, this thing has no shame. This male, part female, whatever the hell he is, call it it. It has nothing. It is empty, fluff, mush. He's full of cotton field. Just a dusty old, broke down pillow. No shame, no regard, no respect for life. He doesn't respect himself. So he couldn't be a father to Boy H. He couldn't be in a relationship whole. That relationship with that woman, that ain't whole. You will sit up here and lay with this, and then you want to talk on live about what somebody doing to you and doing to y'all? I would never. I wish the hell I would. I would never. You want to be with a dodo bird? Best don't tell the world. You want to go on TV? how they treating us? Oh my goodness. I'd be ashamed to let somebody know I was laying with that. I wish the hell I would. Ain't going on nothing live with that. That's her business. And you got your children in there, they should call CPS on you every damn day. Let you get a taste of what it's like to be Don and Candace. Because that's where you going. And then there's some other mess about you trafficking children. We ain't gonna touch that subject. I watched a live stream pertaining to that the other night, and I thought, who are these people? Lord Jesus, what is going on? Do you see how the ball of yarn keeps picking up trash along the way? That's what you're getting here. Trash collectors. It's a ball of yarn. It's the road from Rogersville all the way up to New York and back. And it's still rolling, picking up trash. If he's being indicted or investigated for human trafficking, I don't know. Nothing would surprise me. Somebody probably called because you were running that mouth. Had you stayed out of the way, you probably wouldn't have people calling CPS because you don't know how to shut up. Had you had just stayed in New York, minding your business, the only people that be calling CPS are the people up there in New York that's lived around you and your wife and see how y'all live. And it probably is real funky foul up there. I won't doubt it. Because I'm looking at you and I know you not keeping no clean house. At all. That's a whole nother subject too. But you started this mess about Boy H. So go ahead and finish it. Whatever you do in the fairs with them children on live streams, cussing and fussing and hollering and all that, whatever comes your way, finish it. Let me say this before I check out of here. When they have the services for Allie, if and when, you gonna come down here and pay your respects to her? I'm curious. You gonna come down here then and pay your respects to Allie? That rotting corpse, excuse my language. The woman you laid down and had sex with, made a baby with, she ain't nothing, you ain't nothing. That's your attitude. So that's gonna be the real test. When they have services for her. Will pussyfoot, grifting, grimy grifter finally buy a ticket to come to Tennessee and pay his respects to Allie Harris? Or will we get another Cash App, GoFundMe saga? He needs bus fare to come pay his respects to the baby mama he don't like. And for the wife, let me check you too. The fact that you would support this thing, have him around your children, and listen to how he talks about his son, grifting people off of social media for money, for nothing. And the way he talks about the baby mother who is dying in a hospital, this is what you want to be with? This is who you want to be with? This is who you would brag and hoop and holler and act a fool and donkey's ass over? Hell yeah, they should call CPS on both of you. Because CPS needs to see the video streams to see what is going on in the household. This is what's going on. Lowlifes raising children. Because what this is sending out to the world If you a grift off a dying lady, grift off a missing kid, grift off your son, what else are you doing when the cameras aren't rolling? Checkmate. Okay, Grace. What else are you all doing when the cameras aren't rolling, when you're not going live? That's what people really should be thinking about. I don't trust no man who acts this way publicly around children. And something else I meant to say in my live stream the other day that I forgot, because I don't take notes anymore before going live, but this was something I meant to say during the live stream. And here we go. You have the audacity to have missing children on your Facebook page, Mr. Andrew. You are foul for that because you do not give a damn about nobody's child. You don't care about someone else. You don't care about your own children, and you don't care about them kids in that house that you are living with and babysitting. And that woman needs her ass whooped to have you in her house as a babysitter, lover, maid, butcher, baker, candlestick maker. Both of you are foul and need your tails beat down because you're wrong. Why you got them missing children on your Facebook page? For what? You ain't concerned about nobody missing in New York. You could care less. I tell you what, why don't you do like some other YouTubers do that like to go to the scenes of where the people went missing? You want to make some money? You want to grift? You want to hustle? Then get your lazy ass up from behind that phone and go out there to the scene of the crime where the last person was and go live on that, since you like posting the missing children on your Facebook page. How about that? You want to make some money? You want some people to send you some cash out for walking 4 or 5 blocks? Tell them you need bus fare to go to the scene of the crime since you don't drive. I don't drive, I ain't got no car. Well, tell them to cash out you some money for bus fare. Hey, you guys, I'm tired of sitting here doing nothing. I'm going to go ride the city bus to see what's going on in my town. Let me give y'all a tour. Make yourself useful. What are you, 36 years old? Get it together. Your Facebook page is a joke. It is disrespectful to those people that's missing because you are not concerned about those people. You could care less. And some of you other little dusty YouTubers, y'all don't care about nothing either. I've been watching and listening in the bushes, visible sometimes. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Everybody in the chat commenting and listening to you. I'm looking and watching myself and saying to myself, these folks don't care nothing about this little girl. They can talk all day on the microphone and all that old nonsense about how I'm so concerned. She's the only one I care about and all that. Man, anybody trying to hear all that mess? Y'all doing the same thing that what he doing. Everybody accusing of this or of grifting and doing this. Hell, if that's the case, everybody grifting. I just sit back and laugh because I don't give my opinions of certain people on this box that talk about summer wells and missing children. Because if I was to say what I really wanted to say about some of you, oh, you a hate queen. But I'm not trying to be that YouTuber to be bickering back and forth with other YouTubers, because that's not why I'm here. Because I really don't like talking about this trash, because it's a waste of time. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you so much. It's a waste of time. And it's not doing anything but being a ball of yarn that's collecting trash. That's all this story is about. I don't really know what we're talking about, quite frankly. But it's just sad. And I bring you the information as I'm seeing it play out on YouTube, how it has just gone from shit to shinola. Amber defending herself as not being a scammer. Is Boy H a scammer? The father's a scammer. Lady alive, lady dead. Now somebody's in the chat saying they're going to take her off the vent tomorrow. Don't you see where this is going? It's just around and around and around. Frankly, as I said already during this live stream, if I wanted to get money for my mother's services, I would have already reached out to the public to tell them the lady's not well. Eventually, we're going to take her off the ventilator. We plan to do it within a day, 2, a week. We will need money for services. We do not have money, and end it and be done. But they didn't do it that way. So some of you are in a pickle about the navigation. But as I said before, in the end, the lady needs to be buried one way or the other. And somebody's going to have to pay the piper, be it the funeral home, where they have it, the church, wherever. Somebody still has to pay. Money is money. Doesn't matter if it's coming from a YouTuber, chat members, people in the community, a relative. The point is, somebody has to pay. That's the point. And it's a shame that all this is going on around a dying person. Now, what would mess everybody up is if one day that woman got up out the bed and came to. That would sure enough be something to talk about. I kid you not. If that lady is still alive, if she was to wake up right now and say she's thirsty and hungry, I think everybody would pass out. Because it'd be like, oh, sweet Mary, Jesus, what's going on here? And it would be nice if she did. So this could end. What will become of this alley saga? I do not know. But it is now Wednesday, and it needs to be put down. Just an ending. Boy H, you're entitled to think what you want. Grimy grifter, honey, leave that shit alone. Amber, deal with them as you see fit. Everybody grown, they do what they want. That's my commentary. Prayers to the family. What it's about to be, I have no idea. I just go in the queue, look at the information. I'm not calling Kingsport Hospital. I'm not calling nothing up there because I'm sure the phone has rung off the hook at that hospital wherever she is. I don't even know the name of the hospital that she's at. I ain't even trying to find out. But I think this is a very wicked situation, and it's sickening because this is not what you do when people are sick and when people are dying. You do not make a spectacle out of a person in a hospital bed. I don't care if they like, unlike what they were doing in life. It's just a way of doing things. And usually these matters are private. So maybe this is the reason why the kids don't want to tell what her state is. But somebody, if you need help, you need to just be honest and just say, we need the help. But because of all this meddling with that nasty thing in New York and them going back and forth on social media, and now he's wanting people to cash out him to answer questions, most people would just say, we'll stay out of it. Let them handle their business. Let them find their own way to get the money. And frankly, I believe that's probably where they're at if they didn't reach $2,500 before taking the GoFundMe down. But still, all in all, the lady has to be buried. And that's just the way it is. Thank you for joining me. Welcome all new subscribers, viewers. Thank you for tuning into this network. Take the polls on my community page. I do have some updates I want to discuss with you guys later. Just some things pertaining to some upcoming trials and situations. I'd like to talk about Gypsy Rose a little bit later. a lot of people are commenting negatively about her and feeling like she should not be receiving the attention that she's receiving. Some people don't believe she's a good Samaritan because they believe she should have left her mother's home, which, as I tell people, you can't deny the abuse. It's just a matter of her capacity. And if you have the capacity to ask somebody to murder somebody, one would say, should you be in prison? Still be in prison. But something a young lady played on her channel last night, I watched, saying that she could go back to prison, which I don't know how that would work, but because, you know, she's on parole. In an interview, she's saying, you know, basically, I've done my time. He's got to do his because he did commit the crime. So it's as if she's downplaying her role as the orchestrator. So see, everything weighs on your interpretation of the orchestrator slash the person who did the act. Are you just as guilty for thinking about killing somebody and then asking somebody to do it versus the person that did the deed? To me, you're just as grimy for asking. Now, flip side is Stockholm Syndrome. Because I'm waiting for that to come up as also a defense. Well, she had Stockholm Syndrome. She couldn't think straight. She did go back home. But now there's two different versions. And I got to go back. I have got to find, I'm going to have to go back and watch everything. Because one content I brought, she said she went out to meet that guy at that convention or whatever, and the mother came and got her. But then last night when I listened to this one girl's content, she's saying she went back home and the mother tied her up and all that. So which is it? She found you or she didn't find you at the convention? Because that's going to show Stockholm Syndrome or not. Okay? Stockholm Syndrome or not. And what did I always tell you about a story? It's a matter of, do you believe the version? Do you believe what the person is telling you? The only person that can verify this story is the guy who met her at the convention. If he could tell us, yes, the mother found us together, made a scene, she took her out of there, then I can decide how I feel about her asking this guy to kill her mother. If she went back on her own, then that means you could have left the house for good. That's my commentary. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $Beganzi129 Cash App, stickers and chats are always welcome during the live. Thank you for the stickers during this live stream. God bless all of you. And once again, prayers for Allie, prayers for a solid resolution, if indeed, that she's going to need to be laid to rest. Prayers that all that gets resolved, and prayers that these children move on, live their lives. That's that. As far as Amber, I don't know who she is. I don't know. She was honestly just trying to help get money for the lady to be buried. I'm not here to say anything negative about her because maybe she thought she was doing a good thing. Maybe she really didn't think this was going to be a backlash towards her, that she's considered a scammer too. You're entitled to your opinion. As far as $5 footlong grifter, man, throw that in the trash and keep it moving. That ain't hitting on nothing. Ain't talking about nothing. That's pure garbage. Gonna stay garbage. Gonna die garbage. And that's how I feel about it. And if this person can walk around thinking it's okay to grift off this storyline of a little girl, grift off the son being there with the child, grift off a dying lady, then let them have it. You now know, so you can't say that you didn't know. So if you want to go get wrapped up in that mess over there, on that network and donate and give cash apps for potato chips and soda pop and Mountain Dew, that's your business. But don't complain about it later. And don't go make a YouTube channel about it either. Let me say that. You're either in or out. Ain't no halfway in. Thank you for joining me. You've been listening to the Vault XL. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Please stay safe. Please stay warm. Temperatures are going to be dropping back again by, I think, Friday. So it's not the best right now. Sunny out. Very sunny today, but still cold. Low temperatures today in the high 10. And I'm praying for my neighbor. She'll probably need to come back over here and get some water. I'm here, so, you know, I'm praying that they get everything situated, get their pipes unfrozen. But as I said before, if you're living somewhere with low temperatures, please let your water drip with all your faucets, bathroom, kitchen. Open the bottom cabinet doors. So that's bathroom, kitchen, open those cabinets so the pipes can get some heat. Let your faucets drip, you know, a couple seconds in between the drips, and so your pipes don't freeze. And we'll just pray that everyone is safe and warm, and be careful on the roads if you're traveling where there's snow, ice. One person has lost their life in Knoxville on Monday. The driver was driving a box truck. I haven't gotten any more information, but the person slid into a snowbank, and then the truck slid out of control, box truck, and hit behind a tractor trailer. So prayers to that person and their family. I prayed it wasn't somebody that I knew who's been on the road driving, because I think they were just making it back from Florida, and they drive a truck for a business. But obviously he's okay because he's been streaming being on the highway last night in Chicago. So I'm praying that he's okay, him and his driving passenger. So pray for everybody and pray for those who have to work. Some businesses are still being open. Naturally, when you live in a major city, those businesses just don't close like we close here because it's hilly here. So this is why our businesses close. It's not like being in New York or Chicago. Thank you all so much. God bless all of you. Thank you for the love. Yes, prayers for Allie. Prayers for a resolution. Just pray for a resolution. If you don't pray for anything else, pray that there's an ending, that if she passes, they get her buried, and that's it. And then we move on and talk about something else, because this is out of control. This is out of control. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to the Vault XL. See y'all later.